On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Preachers and pastors, men are weak, period. Should they be held accountable? Absolutely. But again, the church mirrors society. If you put someone on a high platform that people look up to
anywhere,
you're going to get women that are attracted to that.
Anywhere.
They're not married to it, they're groupies.
No, but there's nothing wrong with what you're saying at all. But the question is the church still a place to find a spouse?
Well, then why would it not be? But why would it not be? Because
that's why I'm saying, in that regard, how can a man find his wife when she's already locked in with somebody else?
Because you're talking about
nowhere is a good place to find a spouse.
Right.
There's always going to be people.
I can't find a spouse at a
not
football
at college
game.
because there's professors.
I can't find right. Or there's football players there.
Football game, you can't find them there.
Hey,
like,
are you
unless it's the majority. Okay. I feel like you're getting mad. So
I just asked the question.
Okay, my question is, are you correlating the decline in church attendance to the decline in marriage rates in the Black community?
No.
Okay. Because when you brought that up, that's what I thought you were doing. So I'm glad you answered that, because I was going to ask, like, aren't there plenty of confounding variables? So then why did you even bring those two things up?
Because I think there is a correlation in the decline in church attendance, especially where Black men are concerned, because there is no influence or information or instruction to Black men in terms of being instructed on marriage and the importance of marriage and manhood and so on and so forth. I think there is a correlation to that from a cultural perspective, but I don't think that's the sole reason why there's a decline in marriage, as the question that you stated.
My question was the correlation. I never said anything about sole reason. And then you answered and said, yes, I think there's a correlation. Chicago, you know what? It's fine. Thank you.
But fam, like, for somebody that be spot on, like, yo, you need to quote me and be exact and whoop-de-woo, like, you didn't say that.
I literally asked you a question.
And then I added context. You're like, well, that's what I was trying to get out of you. Gotcha.
That's how you're acting when you add context. Welcome to my world. I definitely was just asking you, and then you answered back and said no about the thing that you just said that you did. Like, it makes no sense, but I get that you may be, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because,
Okay, that's not it. But go ahead, because I know he wants to get to River too.
Go ahead, River. Is the church still a place to find a spouse? Why? Why not?
Well, can I just, I've been patiently, okay? Let me just get myself together. I want to say I wholeheartedly agree with Rilla. And I've been waiting because Rilla,
he came back on that one.
On this conversation, I definitely stand firm with you. And I'm a person I've been to big churches, small churches, little churches, church on the corner, church, that mega church. And the dynamics of the churches do not change. And I'm not talking about like going to church as in just being an attender and not knowing anybody. Like, I would never obviously name the churches that I, have attended, but like literally my mom has like worked in churches. My stepdad has worked in churches. They literally met at a church. My sister and my brother-in-law met at a church. So the things that you're saying is true. And for the sake of the argument, because I know that we have to give an answer before we, do anything else. I heard Kay say that, and I want to abide by the rules. I'm going to say no, because how can, for example, like I said, no, but I have more to say, but how can you find, how can, like, say, for instance, a man go there to find a woman when that woman is technically in her mind married to the pastor himself? How is that possible? Because now she's going to
say that again. Say that one more time.
How is it possible for like a man, for example, to go to a church to find a woman to make his wife when that wife is already mentally committed to the same pastor?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Where are you getting that from?
Thing, though.
And where are you getting that from? Is this a cult?
No. This is not
No,
a cult. This
no,
is not a cult.
that's what
This
she's
is
saying.
not a cult. This is
I
not
go
a
to church.
cult.
I'm not married to my pastor.
No, but Courtney.
I get what you're saying, Riva. Like you're saying that some women are so devoted to the church that it's just like
that's her God. That's
right.
her God.
I get that. And if Chicago, that's what you were trying to say. Is that what you were trying to say?
You're on mute.
Because Riva, I get what you're saying.
Hey, I'm not finna do this with you, fam. Like, just
We are. We are. People do it with me every week. We're doing it with you today.
No, man.
Yeah.
No. River's making a point. River's making.
Riva, I get what you're saying because you worded it in a way that makes a lot more sense.
It's a strong point, and it might not feel good or sound good, but it is not a lie. It's not a lie.
Do you think that's the majority?
I've literally been at a church. Okay, this is not. I've literally been at a church service where the pastor's wife has come and declared to the church, "That's my man." And I'm not talking about a little church. I'm not talking about a little church. I'm not talking about a little. I'm talking about a non-denominational, regular church that everybody on this panel, if you guys went to church, I know for a fact you would attend there. And she had to make that, she had to state her claim about her man because of how things run in the church. You have a lot of women who want to stay single. They don't mind staying single because the pastor in their mind is their man. They will do anything for that man. So how can another man come there and try to make you his wife when you're already so?
Do you think that's the majority, Riva?
No, that's not the majority. And
But
if you're thinking about
the majority, because if not, then it's
I've never heard a pastor wife going on.
I've heard it
about, that's my man. I've never seen. I visit churches especially when I travel. The thing is, when you have these mega churches, and they become celebrities. So it's as if you have groupies that come into church. You have the Jezebel spirit that comes in. It's not necessarily these are what women are, but there's Jezebels that come. And they attack preachers and pastors. Men are weak, period. Should they be held accountable? Absolutely. But again, the church mirrors society. If you put someone on a high platform that people look up to, anywhere, you're going to get women that are attracted to that.
Anywhere.
They're not married to it, they're groupies.
No, but there's nothing wrong with what you're saying at all. But the question is the church still a place to find a spouse?
Well, then why would it not be? But why would it not be? Because
that's why I'm saying in that regard, how can a man find his wife when she's already locked in with somebody else?
Because you're talking about nowhere is a good place to find a spouse.
Right.
There's always gonna be people.
I can't find a spouse at a
not
football
at college
game.
because there's professors.
I can't find or there's football players
at the football game. You can't find them there.
Hey,
like that doesn't make sense.
Hey, are you
unless it's the majority.